How many babies does Nick Cannon have on the way? How long did Nick Cannon's marriage last with Mariah Carey? I'm your host, CashApp, and this is a segment on the channel we like to call After They Were Famous, where we discuss celebrities, musicians, athletes, and everything they have going on. Today's episode is all about Nick Cannon. Nicholas Scott Cannon was born on October 8th, 1980. He's an American comedian, rapper, and television presenter, and a pretty decent actor. He began as a teenager on All That before going on to host The Nick Cannon Show, Wild 'N Out, America's Got Talent, Lip Sync Battle Shorties, and The Masked Singer. Let's take it back. Cannon was born on October 8th, 1980 in San Diego, California. He was largely raised by his paternal grandfather, whom both he and his biological father called Dad. As a child, Cannon grew up in Lincoln's Park Bay Vista housing projects, which is a gang-ridden section of Southeast San Diego. While in his teenage years, he was affiliated with the Lincoln Park Blood Street Gang, but stated that he left behind his affiliations after losing a close friend. In 1998, he graduated from Monte Vista High School in Spring Valley. I was literally 3. That's crazy. Where he was the president of an African student coalition and participated in track and field. Cannon received his first break doing stand-up comedy on his father's local cable access program. As a teenager, Cannon was 1/3 of a group called the G4 Dope Bomb Squad. They opened for the likes of Will Smith, LFO, 98 Degrees, and Montel Jordan. After signing with Jive Records in 2001, he was featured alongside Romeo Miller and 3LW on Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, the soundtrack, Jimmy Neutron, with a cover of the 1988 hit song Parents Just Don't Understand. His debut self-titled album was released in 2003 and included the single Your Pops Don't Like Me, aka I Really Don't Like This Dude. In 2005, Cannon formed his own record label, Can I Ball Records, with plans to release his second studio album entitled Stages. See, he was always making business moves. The album's first single, Can I Live, an anti-abortion song, was released in July 2005, followed by the second single, Dime Piece, in March 2006. It was never released because of Nick Cannon's acting career. So let's fast forward. 2009 through 2012, we announced Incredible Entertainment, Slick Nick and the Child of Corn. 2009, Nick Cannon formed a new label after canceling his old label, Can I Ball Records, entitled Incredible Entertainment. In 2010, Cannon created a parody of a hip-hop pioneer, Slick Rick, entitled Slick Nick. He released 2 songs by the characters such as I'm Slick Rick, a freestyle of Cali Swag District's Teach Me How to Dougie, Teach Me How to Dougie, in which he attempted to diss the hip-hop megastar Eminem, and Nick's Story, a freestyle rap version of Slick Rick's Children story. In 2011, Nick Cannon released his debut mixtape called Child of Corn. Really want to be honest, Nick Cannon's music never really hit. I mean, he found little small windows of success, but that's not really what we know Nick Cannon for. Let's just talk about him as a host. In 2005, Cannon created, produced, and hosted MTV's improv comedy series called Wild 'N Out. Wild 'N, which is literally like the longest running show in MTV history. That's Wild 'N Out was kind of like, I guess you could say, like the Living Single or SNL for like millennials. He put on a lot of young comedians and actors and actresses popped off. So let's fast forward to 2012. MTV2 announced that the revival of Wild 'N Out would take place. The revived show was produced by Cannon's Incredible Entertainment. The series premiered in 2013 with a few returning faces joined by a roster of fresh new talents. When asked about the show coming back, Cannon said, with our show's original cast, everybody from Kevin Hart to Cat Williams, same household name. I am looking forward to working with MTV2 as we work to introduce the biggest comedic stars of tomorrow and the return of Wild 'N Out. Rapper Big Boy of Outkast has confirmed in a tweet on Twitter that he was shooting the episode in 2013. I mean, so many people would pop back on Wild 'N Out. In a never-ending win streak, it seemed like Nick Cannon could only go up as far as his career, but like anybody, more money, more problems. And here come the problems. July 14, 2020, Nick Cannon was fired by Viacom CBS. If you don't understand how he got fired by Viacom, Viacom owns MTV along with other radio shows, etc. But that's what his deal was with Wild 'N Out, was through Viacom, and they placed it on MTV. He was fired after, quote unquote, making anti-Semitic remarks during an episode of his podcast of Cannon's Class, which is mainly on YouTube with Professor Griff. Cannon endures conspiracies about Jewish control of finance, claimed that Jews had stolen the identity of black people as the true Hebrews, and cited Louis Farrakhan. Everybody knows it is a big no-no in Hollywood to agree with Louis Farrakhan. Whether you do in private or not, you don't do it in public. So, because it was labeled as anti-Semitic, the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League got involved, also made black supremacist statements calling white people savages who were closer to animals, claiming that the only way they can act is evil, citing the Soto-Melanin theory. A statement from Viacom CBS noted that the company's relationship with Cannon was terminated due to his promotion of hateful speech and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. 2 days later, Cannon released an apology. You know he did. I want to assure my Jewish friends, new and old, that this is only the beginning of my education. He also demanded for the complete ownership of Wild 'N Out and an apology for Viacom CBS for his termination. When Fox was aware of his podcast, the network immediately consulted him and accepted his apology, allowing him to return as the host of The Masked Singer. He donated his first paycheck to the Simon Whistle Center in the light of the incident. On February 5th, 2021, Viacom announced that Wild 'N Out would resume production with Cannon as a host. That's because they honestly tried to replace him, and none of the cast people said that they were going to sign on to the show unless he was back. Cannon has taken responsibility for his comments and worked to educate himself through conversations with Jewish leaders. That's what Viacom's statement. Long story short, they were losing way too much money, because if you watch MTV, you know that it's like 1 billion episodes of Wild 'N Out, few episodes of Catfish, few episodes of Teen Mom, and they don't really have too much programming going on over there. After Teen Wolf and a few shows got off, that's just, they don't have much, so they couldn't give up Wild 'N Out. Meantime, he's probably king of multiple sources of income. He was hosting America's Got Talent from 2009 to 2016. And I honestly think that it was just time for him to depart, move in a different direction. Too many of the same faces just don't work. In addition to that, he's always had some really dope business moves. Following his role of the host at the Teen Nick block on Nickelodeon, Nick Cannon was named the chairman of Teen Nick in 2009, but this would be short-lived. He went on to supposedly sign a deal with NBC Universal to produce scripted and unscripted material. Haven't really seen any of that. And in 2015, he was named the chief creative officer of Radio Shack. Well, we clearly know Amazon killed Radio Shack. There's that. Who could forget his incredible headphones, which was a solid attempt, I think, at the time to compete with those of the likes of Beats by Dre. Carrying on those multiple sources of income, he's now the host of Nick Cannon Mornings on Power 106 out here in LA, which replaced the cruise show from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. In fact, it was comedy that got him on his first stages, and that rolled over to acting, music, and etc. He's had a plethora of other comedy specials. Now, though, it seems as though he's in the news more so than his personal life. So, if anything we know, early Nick Cannon talked about how he had such a crush on Mariah Carey. Well, he finally got his wish and married Mariah Carey on April 30th, 2008 at her private estate in Windermere Island in the Bahamas. On April 30th, 2011, Carey gave birth to their fraternal twins, daughter Monroe and son Moroccan. But here's the answer to the question at the beginning. After 6 years of marriage, the pair separated and filed for divorce in 2014. But reunited, they tried it again in 2015, but the divorce was finalized in 2016. Cannon's son, with model Brittany Bell, Golden Saigon Cannon, was born on February 21st, 2017. He didn't waste any time. Then they followed up with a daughter recently, powerful Queen Cannon was born on December 20th. Now it's gonna get a little messy. The lines are gonna get blurred, right? He was announced in 2021 that he was expecting twins with DJ Abby De La Rosa, kind of a co-worker, but let's just leave that alone. The twins were born, Abby De La Rosa, Zion I can't even say their names. Zion and Zillan were born on June 2021. And at the same time, in June 2021, it was announced that he was expecting his 7th child with model Alyssa Scott. So, is that 3 women, 4 women? I'm losing track. In the midst of all of this, unfortunately, Cannon was hospitalized on January 4th, 2012 for treatment of mild kidney failure, and again on February 17th, 2012 after pulmonary embolism. On March 5th, 2012, he announced that his kidney problems were due to lupus. Say what you want about Nick Cannon and his personal life, but on the business side of things, he's managed to have over a decade plus more of a successful career, and he is now, according to Google, worth about $30 million. So he must be doing something right. Nick Cannon is one of the smartest young businessmen in the game. He's very talented at acting and choosing the right place. But at the same time, if we're being honest, his last 5 years, he's made some very questionable decisions. Although I can't comprehend having a near-death experience and how that would affect me and my life, I can say that I tried to empathize with him. But I don't think that's an excuse for his behavior, and I disagree with him planting his seed all across America. My hope for them is that he can get back on track and impact people in a positive direction and continue to help others achieve success while he strives for success his own self. So I need you guys to do me a favor. Let me know who else we should react to in the channel. Hit the like button, sub button, bell button, because you can ring my bell. Ring my bell, ring it. Let me know next time, every single time we drop a new video.